Welcome to Rad, a daily reader for Reddit. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. Update: my dad's 43 girlfriend is trying to get rid of me. 15F. Last update: hi. Since my last post I spoke to my grandparents and told them everything. I asked if I could stay with them if I wanted to and they agreed. I then spoke to my dad again and tried to tell him how I felt and what I had heard. I didn't want to film or record because I knew that he would be mad at that and wouldn't listen. He didn't believe me again and thought that I was jealous of having to share him with someone else. I got upset and told him that I was leaving so he could live happily ever after without the burden of having me around. He looked shocked but didn't say anything. I had already packed my bags and had brought some things to my grandparents' house already. My dad didn't speak to me for the rest of the day. My grandfather picked me up and I've been there since. I haven't gone home and I haven't heard from my dad. My grandparents told me that they would handle my dad and that I shouldn't have to be the one doing it. I'm upset that my dad hasn't called or texted me once to see if I'm okay. At the same time, I'm feeling so much better being with my grandparents. My grandmother is probably the sweetest person ever and my grandfather is a little rough around their edges but he's really a softie. I'm so glad that your grandparents are such awesome people who will show you the love that your dad should have been showing you all along. And that they are willing to deal with your dad for you. It's too big of a burden for you to need to carry yourself. Maybe someday your dad will realize what he's done. But always remember that allowing him back into your life should be your choice and done on your terms. Allowing him back into your life should be your choice and done on your terms. Could not agree with this more. Far too many people think that family means having to accept those who hurt us or neglect us. Thank you for reminding me of this. Although, I should probably call my pops. I just don't want to. Ugh, I need a fast forward button so I can skip ahead a couple years. This is what my wife struggled with for years. Well, that stopped a few months ago when she died. We went no contact with them 4 freaking times and her mother made her life hell. She was severely disabled and every time we regretted reconnecting. You absolutely made the right decision. Your dad is a fool. And one day he will realize how stupid he was to mess up his relationship with you. You've tried and tried, now he needs to be the one to make the effort to repair his relationship with you. Stay with your grandparents and keep away from that wretched woman. Eventually, he's going to find out what a peach his GF really is. But by then it'll be too late and he'll have wasted all that time on her and have ruined his relationship with his only baby. That stupid man. A fool is very kind. Honestly, reading this post makes me want to backhand the guy. What an absolute disgrace of a father. Seriously. His daughter says she's going to leave so she doesn't have to burden him and he has nothing to say. Pitiful. Grow some balls. Worm. You'd think he'd want his daughter around too. He must really want to forget his first wife ever existed. She's the last connection he has to her, it sounds like. Yeah, I'm surprised more people aren't saying this. Dad sounds like he's got issues being around his daughter related to his unresolved grief over her mother. Having issues of your own in no way excuses you for mistreating people around you. We all have our own issues, big and small. I may have sympathy for someone suffering, but it quickly gets eaten up when they start bringing more grief to the world with their own actions. Especially when they lash out at innocent people. Your grandparents are amazing people. Shame the same can't be said of your father. I will never understand parents who choose their love lives over their children. You're better off without him anyway. Just focus on living your best life right now. Honestly, I have my nephew, not even my own kid. And frick all of my lovers. I will dump them on the spot if I have to choose between my nephew and them. Just a thought, get your paperwork since you'll need that soon. What paperwork? Passport, any degree, literally anything. Birth certificate, ID, things that your mother once owned and you want to keep. I have read stories where the GF step-em destroys things of the late wife. I know this is not important paperwork, but photos of your mom too. Are you okay? How are you holding up? Deadpan face. Feeling hurt, but my grandparents are awesome so they're helping me with that. Remember, it is not your fault. Hopefully your grandparents are already chasing dad for support. He doesn't get off scot-free here. He can pay your expenses without having the pleasure of your company. I would like to chime in here a bit on one thing. There are comments about how your father will realize what he missed out on and try to mend bridges later. I would like to just put a gentle note here that there is a chance your father might not reach out to you. He might not want to mend things. He might never want to resolve things between you two. If he does, fantastic, but remain neutral on this matter. 5 years is not a long time to truly deal with the loss of a spouse. His world turned upside down. It could be that he can't see himself ever having a family after such a loss. You know, you could also remind him of his loss, so he may be more eager to get rid of reminders just like he did with all those photos. Not everyone copes in a healthy way, and not everyone wants to go back to how things were. My father went and had a family with another woman. They don't always want to fix broken relationships. You have some incredible advice here. Focus on you. Get your documents. Your grandparents sound like just beautiful souls, and I am so glad you had the option to go stay with them. As long as that girlfriend is in the picture, I wouldn't risk going back to that house. Not yet. You might not get a chance to safely leave again if things go badly a second time. This time you caught them by surprise and had the upper hand. Continue to keep that high ground. Rely on your grandparents to do the communicating for now. You are a very mature, bright person. I was so proud of you when you were trying to put your dad's happiness before your own feelings. That speaks volumes to your character. You did nothing wrong in all of this. Remember that. This is an issue with your father and his own issues. It's not something you should burden yourself to carry. Focus on you. Focus on getting yourself on your own feet. Tread carefully, slowly, and take everything they tell you with a grain of salt for now. Actions speak more than words. Trust your gut. Thanks for watching Rad. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. If you like these videos, check out Rad too.